Domination for the Lakers. In a word, dominance. That's how you describe the incredible LeBron James. Once again digs in to lead his team towards a win as they await tip-off against the Knicks. Lakers, Knicks, coming up next. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a DA, take it away.
Well, Kevin, even though starters are important, those great sixth men have been the key to so many championship teams. Think about the likes of Andre Iguodala, Manu Ginobili, Lamar Odom. And still, with some, there's a stigma to coming off the bench. Iguodala said it's ingrained early, but in particular, he said, in the NBA, it's I need to get paid like a starter. And guys, that's a sacrifice that not many are willing to line up for.
David Aldridge, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee. And it's LeBron James. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Caruso in at the 2. And for New York, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. And it's Vidal in at the point. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it. And a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set. But I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are. You can win no matter where the venue.
McGee on the double team. New York moving the ball around.
Showing not just the dominance, but the creativity. Randall with the highlight reel play.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Kuzma passes to James. Six to shoot. Randall with some nice D.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Vidal, and Junior throws it down hard.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Caruso. Los Angeles with another miss.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
And Junior throws it down hard.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
They get it back. Here's Kuzma up and in on the layup.
And at Kuzma's size, he could do more of this. Crash the offensive glass, keep the possession alive.
Vidal, the pass to Robinson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Julius Randle picks one up. You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to. They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Taken away. Here's Junior. Against Cleveland, he was really on his game. 18 feet out. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Outside Rondo from outside the arc. A shot off that time. And New York the other way now. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
What was beautiful, it was a tremendous game plan coming in. You saw the execution and you saw the results.
James with it. Robinson picks him up from 13 and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
I mean, a perfect combination of power and grace. LeBron does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
And Junior throws it down hard.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Back to James. Just 5 on the clock. And the dunk by James.
Great natural instincts of LeBron. Good decision maker on the pick and roll.
Vidal, the pass to Robinson. It's good. Robinson's got his second bucket of the night.
They are on fire, just in a great move here early on.
Passes it to Kuzma. Outside Rondo. Kuzma left side. Almost, but it rolls out.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
There's Vidal. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. LeBron against Robinson. James. Randall grabs the board. The Knicks leading by 12. Here's Vidal. He feeds it to Robinson. Pass to Knox. Junior kicks to Barrett. And again, New York with the triple.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
Yes, the other team is feeding off that enthusiasm. You have to try and match that energy.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Portis comes in for Julius Randle. Dotson's checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Payton in for Barrett. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for LeBron. And it's Green in for Rajon Rondo. Payton passes to Vidal. He feeds it to Gibson. Portis trying to free himself. No good from Gibson. Lakers trail by 12. Outside, Green. The Knicks pull it in. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Yeah, they look right at home, except they weren't. Great job of blocking out the noise.
Caruso looking for an opening. Down low, here's Howard, and Howard with the stuff.
The veteran presence of Danny Green keeping his eyes up, finding his teammate wide open.
To the left side wing. Junior kicks to Portis. Floats it up for Junior, and stolen by Howard. To the inside, here's Morris, and good that time.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Payton passes to Vidal. Here's Dotson. Fires Here's the three. Sinks the three-pointer.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
With the floater, and that one's good, Caruso.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Junior kicks to Payton. And again, New York with the triple.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Here's Caruso. He's covered by Vidal. Here's Howard. Morris trying to free himself up. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Caldwell Pope.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. Now the passion in New York is a pro sports city. Greg is Los Angeles. They have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And the free throw, no good. And for Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. You know, Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that he knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee. LeBron James is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 slot. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Cavaliers, got it done. He scored 63 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, that's what it means to be unselfish, putting the team's interests first. As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
LeBron passes to McGee. Back to James. And stolen by Junior. It's Barrett on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
You know, Steve, one thing you admire about LeBron, how he shapes a possession for his team. He'll create situations where he gets a mismatch or helps his teammate find one.
You know, Kevin, LeBron will use his high screens to just kind of shuffle defenders, make them think. Once he sees an opportunity, he'll pounce all over it. You can see him do this the most at the end of close games.
Marquise Morris is checked in for Rajon Rondo.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
There's been an emphasis on ball movement, and he's been a major catalyst. Starting to heat up now. He nailed 1 from behind the arc in the first quarter, 2 here in the second.
The pass to Dotson. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Dotson's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Knicks. Kuzma passes to LeBron for 3. Caldwell Pope. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists in the game. And here's Junior. He's got 10. And there's another one for the Knicks.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
And they double up James. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And that's a nice pass. The patience of LeBron to let the play develop.
Junior with it. He's got 12. Fires from deep. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
A assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
LeBron against Barrett. Feeds it to Morris. LeBron dishes to McGee. Back to LeBron. The second chance effort. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
What is there to say about LeBron that hasn't been said? One of the all-time greats who can completely carry a team.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Green comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Kyle Kuzma. New York moving the ball around. Here's Knox. And again, it's New York.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
Got a piece of it. Now, Junior, 15 points in the game. Pass to Barrett. Kicks it to Junior. Back to Knox. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Knocks it loose and stolen by Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Took him no time at all on that one. James has got 13.
Catching the defense off balance. LeBron pulls up for the easy one.
Here's Vidal. Robinson kicks to Junior. Passes it to Knox. Howard with the steal. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Green draws the double. Howard in the post. He's guarded by Vidal. Howard can't hit.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
The shot's good from LeBron. LeBron's got 10 points in the quarter.
Doesn't let the contact affect the shot. Great focus by LeBron.
What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Junior in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through two quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
Barrett Knox are the wingmen. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. And it's Vidal in at the 1 spot. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. And they double up LeBron. Here's Caruso. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Here's Vidal. Knicks with the new 14. And it's good for 2. Robinson's got 18 points.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Now here's Rondo, defended by Vidal. Rondo's shot is off. Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Vidal laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Junior's got 21.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Rondo passes to Caruso. And here is James. Offensive rebound. And a wide open look for Rondo. Sinks the triple. Rondo's got his first 3 points of the game.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Pass to Junior. Back to Barrett. He kicks to Junior. And it's good, 2 points. Junior's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Rondo dishes to LeBron. Rondo looking over the floor.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
New York's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on 3. And another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
Back to Rondo. Uncovered, and he hits the jumper for 2. Rondo's got 5 points so far.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Here's Vidal. James with some nice D. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That will be the 4th of the string of 5 played on the road.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. It's Junior, top of the key. Tries again. And it's laid in by Randall. Randall's got 4 this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
To the middle, here's James, and James throws it down.
Crazy to think about how many seasons LeBron's played and how many nights we've seen him do this.
Vidal. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. And obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Here's Caruso. He has 5. Morris right side. Caldwell Pope outside. And it's in there.
Yeah, and Caldwell Pope pretty effective in that pick and roll.
New York's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on 3s. Here's Vidal. Green with the block. Here's Caruso, covered by Payton. And that one's good, Caruso.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Payton looking it over. Here's Vidal. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. 33 points for Junior.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
And not a whole lot that D can do. Once Howard is in position for the dunk, he might as well start jogging back the other way.
Here's Vidal. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
They have laid on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
Quinn Cook's checked in for Alex Caruso. Greg, we're seeing the game evolve. We're seeing more and more big men displaying perimeter skills. Do you like that, or is there a part of you that misses those days when it all played out inside the lane in a very condensed area?
Listen, Kev, I think the game has kind of evolved on from
Now, here's Junior. He's covered by Rondo. And that one's good, Junior.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
And stolen by Junior. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. Off target with his three. Los Angeles has got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Howard kicks to Green. Lakers working the ball around now. Now here's Rondo. He's tightly guarded, and he drops it in from the low post.
and not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
But they'll get another chance. Johnson the pass to Ntilikina. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shot clock at 5. And good! There's another.
Once again, he's reached the 40-point mark as there has been no slowing him down all season.
Well, GA, with all these 40-point performances, he's close to matching the mark for third most 40-point games in a single year.
Well, we haven't seen this many 40-point games in a long time. He is close to matching his heiress, Michael Jordan, who scored 40 points an incredible 37 times back in '87.
The 3 quarters of play. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. We've got Bradley, Jared Dudley out there with LeBron James. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Waiters in at the shooting guard. Inside, kicks it out to Bradley. Over Junior. And Bradley gets it to go. Bradley's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Los Angeles. New York's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And Junior throws it down hard.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. The Lakers shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Left side, Waiters. And it's blocked. But they get it back. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Now, here's Junior, guarded by Bradley. Now, here's Junior. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Taking 2 shots. And he knocks down the first one.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit. Getting to the foul line here in the second half.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Ntilikina.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
No one covering.
This is where Avery Bradley's most effective, getting his points within the flow of the offense.
Bradley on the double team. Offensive rebound. Vidal. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. First one falls for him. The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in, and both free throws good for Junior. We know, Greg, the NBA is full of superstars, yet you can foul out of the game after 6 personal fouls, and some have suggested instead just tacking on an extra free throw when a player commits their 6th plus foul, and then they can stay in the game.
You know, I think something along those lines could make sense. No doubt it's tough to see the marquee player riding the bench because it's not just the sixth foul, right? In some coaches, you pick up 2 in the first quarter, you're done for the quarter. You pick up a 3rd in the second, you're done for the half.
Yes.
So I would like to see something, but I think it's got to also be fair. Maybe you get free throws and another possession. Maybe something along those lines might be in the best interest of the game.
Waiters outside. It's over Ellington. Waiters no luck.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Junior kicks to Robinson. That 3 off the mark. The Lakers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Kuzma passes to Bradley. Waiters outside. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
New York calls timeout.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on Los Angeles. Greg, the NBA under Adam Silver has been aggressive looking for ways to enhance the product and attract fans. Where do you fall on that point? Push the envelope or don't rock the boat or maybe somewhere in between?
I think it might be somewhere in between. These days, people's attentions can be pulled in so many different directions. I think they're smart to not rest on their laurels and to continue to try to evolve. But with that evolution, sometimes it's not going to come over as well as they would like. But I'm a fan of some of the experiments, I should say, that we've tried thus far. And I hope the league continues to push the envelope.
That's a good thought. Shooting. And he makes the first. 2 shots. And both free throws good for Junior. And the Lakers with possession here. Down low. Here's Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
This is what you like to see. Kuzma not selling for something along the perimeter. In fact, just the opposite.
And another one falls. Amazing.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Waiters outside. Outside Bradley. Dishes it to McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Good open look. Avery looking poised with the ball in his hands, making decisions.
Here's Vidal. And another one falls. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Waiters passes to Bradley. And we've seen more attention given to how fans, Greg, interact with players during the games, whether it's verbal or even physical. Is that something the league's got to keep an eye on?
Absolutely. It's all about making sure that everyone is protected and respected. You know, this is entertainment, right? This is not do or die from a life standpoint, and we don't want to have things escalate.
There's got to be some kind of barrier there. I agree. Waiters passes to Kuzma. To the paint. Here's Bradley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Steve, the days of Avery Bradley being a scorer are probably over. I mean, he scored in the mid-teens, we know that, but now I think they value his defense as much as his scoring.
You're right, Kevin. Avery Bradley will rely on his athleticism, especially to get to the rim to score. With his injuries and changing situation, the chances, they just haven't been there. But he's still an effective player. We just won't see his scoring outbursts as often.
Lets it go from deep. Drains the three-pointer. Bradley's got 13 points in the second half.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Here's Vidal. Another bucket. Wow! That's 62 points. points, 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Waiters passes to Bradley. Back to Waiters. Throws it up high. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
There was a time that Dion Waiters would have jacked up that shot. Patience delivers the basketball on point.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
You know, you look at the 2020 class for the Basketball Hall of Fame, Greg, some great names, headlined by Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. I mean, historic players.
And all the more emotional, Kevin, having Kobe enshrined after his tragic passing. But when you look at the accomplishments of this class, arguably the most decorated that the Hall of Fame has ever seen.
And Greg, you've gotten a bird's eye view, you've gotten a front court view, you've had a chance to be alongside these Hall of Fame players.
Incredible talents, great people, and truly they've been terrific ambassadors for our game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Hits it again. Wow.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition.
One shot.
Free throw good, Junior. And here is Waiters. In the corner, Cook with it. This one for three. And it's Junior with the rebound. Junior's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And he banks in the layup.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here is Cook. Waiters outside. And again, no good by the Lakers.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Junior with it. And another one. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Here is Cook, covered by Vidal. Waiters dishes to Cook. And Waiters kicks to Bradley. Cans it from downtown. Bradley's got 16 here in the second half.
Taking things into his own hands this quarter, trying to keep his team afloat.
20 feet out. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Dominating when it matters most. Give him the ball and get out of the way.
Now here's Waiters outside Bradley. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch, looking to rack up points in chunks.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
We know the NBA is looking to get rid of the one-and-done rule pretty soon. Adam Silver, Greg, saying he thinks the league can create a better system. Do you think so?
I think they can create a better system for some. I think the growth of the G League, no doubt, is instrumental in that new system. Now these young rookies can get the playing time in lower tier pro games as they continue to develop. But I think still the collegiate game plays a significant role. The experience of going to college, even for a year, can be invaluable.
There are pros both ways, college or the G League. Agreed?
I do. I'm just glad it's not a one-size-fits-all proposition. Now you have the option. Not every kid wants to go to college and have that experience.
Here's Cook. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
And a nice pass by Bradley. He's always been the size of a point guard, now starting to play more like one. You know he's going to take a lot of shots out there. He's their #1 option right now.
And it's Bradley with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And there's as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Knicks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will push their record up. And, yep, another basket.
And that ties him for third all-time scoring for a single game. What an incredible performance.
Absolutely. A game not to be forgotten. He has put on a show. Here's Cook. Lays it up and banks it in.
That's how you set the table, and everybody gets to eat.
They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Now the pass to Ellington. Now here's Junior. Pass the Bullock. Shot clock at 6. Another possession, another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Cook looking it over. Right wing. McGee, the pass to Waiters. Harkless comes with a double team. Here's Cook. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Now, here's Junior. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.